on to the next little bit of news. Yeah, it just broke today, so I don't think we have. I don't think we have a lot of the information,
No.
but uh, why don't you
So,
lead it off, Rob?
yeah. So, and let's preface it with this, as similar to like how what happened with the Covington kids from what was that? That was God. Was that like a week ago?
Yeah,
It
that was
feels like
last
it was
week
like
too.
it feels like it was a month ago.
I
You
know,
know,
but that was just
God,
last week. That was just like
it's
last
just
week.
fuck. It feels like it was like a month ago that this whole goddamn thing got started. Anyways, um, so you know how like everyone kind of jumped to like this crazy jumped into conclusions, and kind of uh, and that's the thing I don't want us to do with this story because like you said, take 10 seconds, think, look at the facts that are coming through before coming up with anything. But our opinion based off of this story, yeah, we're going off of potentially some, people not doing their journalistic duty. So, anyways, the story is there's a actor, I forget his name. He's on the show Empire. I've never watched the show, but I hear it's pretty popular. Um,
Right, yeah.
and he's a black
Jesse
guy. He's
something.
also gay.
For those of you who were raised in the '90s, he was also in the Mighty Ducks. I think he played Jesse.
Oh, that's him.
Yeah,
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
yeah. Just
Okay.
so like, for all you '90s kids.
Now I know who he.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes. Anyways,
Anyways,
continue.
so he was it was in Chicago. I
Hmm.
guess it was late at night. Why you'd be out super late at night in that cold ass city is. Anyways, um, so apparently or the story is he was assaulted by two other guys, got beat up pretty good. Um, and now I don't know if he said this or if people started like trying to immediately make it quote unquote Trump supporters that were the ones that attacked him because he's a black guy, he's gay, so the all the news reports and like his friends or friends from the show are saying that, oh yeah, um, it was these MAGA hat wearing Trump guys that beat him up.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and put a
uh,
noose on him.
yeah, oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
that's right, yeah,
yeah,
like
because
yeah. But the thing is, like, none of it's really been corroborated, for
right.
one. Um, and the here's the thing with these, it was MSNBC and some of these other news outlets. They're saying it's not like, oh well, we don't have all the facts here and here's the facts, here's what happened. More details to follow as we get more in the story.
Right, as it
No, no, no.
develops.
Yeah, no, none of that. Because their big journalisming is may have been Trump hat wearing guys. Might have been them.
Right.
It's like
Yeah, I think.
that's
Yeah, because
that's
I
not
first
news
heard about this
reporting
morning through a friend who was watching MSNBC. I don't know why he was, but
because he's a
but
masochist.
yeah, because he's a masochist. But he was saying like how like the anchors or like the reporters, they were saying like they were wearing make America great again hats maybe.
Yeah, that's not reporting. That's not anything.
Yeah, that's you jumping that's you jumping to conclusions and doing more damage than you are doing good. And
I mean,
that's okay. Okay,
it's
so he's in like
it's
this
Covington
guy's in
all
the
over.
hospital. No one's discounting that he was attacked because he's in the hospital or whatever. But that one, like, why did like that one detail wasn't even corroborated? And I don't even know if it is, able to be corroborated.
Right. And here's the thing too, like if if that was the case, if that did happen, so be it. That's what happened. We can't change
Yeah.
that.
Right. I
That's
mean, yeah.
fine.
Again, if that happened, go find these guys, arrest them, put them in jail.
Yeah. Right or wherever on the aisle that they lean on, right or left.
Yeah.
But even then, that doesn't make it doesn't make the hat racist, and two, Trump has nothing to do with it. It wasn't like he ordered them to go beat up this actor.
Yeah. It's not like they weren't like acting like the brown shirts.
Yeah,
It's yeah. I mean, because they're just gonna say, oh, because of Trump's rhetoric and that. Well, what about all like the anti-white rhetoric that's going on? I mean, after because I was on my social media and someone I follow put up this entire rant about how like it's time for attacks in like subways or at or Skittles and clearly making reference to like Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown and so on and so forth. Just basically calling for it's time it may not be all white people, but you white people have to start calling out your own and da 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 da. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Like, it's in because if a black man goes out and goes uh shoots up a kills a white person, not, no one's calling for all black people to hold accountable for this one for that one black guy.
yeah.
So it's just like absurd to say like all white people, you have to keep other white people in check. It's like, all right, then fine, all black people have to keep all the crappy black people in check. It's only fair. But of course not, because then like immediately say, oh, how dare you? He was a victim. It's like, well, that was one victim, or like one perpetrator. One perpetrator does not represent the whole, and why should the whole then take accountability for the actions of one person?
like exactly, like if there was let's say I got robbed by a black person, that doesn't mean that all black people are terrible. I don't think that way.
Right,
I
just
think
that one
robber is
individual
a
person
piece of
who
shit.
happened to be black was crappy.
Yeah, I feel like the person who mugged me is a piece of shit, but that doesn't mean that I think all black people are terrible. It's insane to think that way. Uh,
Right, and it's funny because like that person, that celebrity, he put out, he then, oh, cat's out of the bag to he, but he put out another post praising J.K. Rowling, saying how like, oh, J.K. Rowling was taken off the Forbes billionaire list because she only lost that status because she gave so much to charity. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? She has like, yeah, liquid assets or liquid, like she's probably not a billionaire liquid, but she still has like several properties around the world, and she's been calling for people to take in refugees, but not holding up any not putting up any refugees in like her many different properties.
yeah.
That's hypocritical. And then he's like saying like, oh, this is a great white, like he put like hashtag great white on it. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
She's I would say pretty morally kind of like low on the totem pole, like because it's one of those things where she says all the the right things, but does none of it. Like it's
No,
that virtue
exactly.
signaling.
Yeah, it's like, oh yes, we should, back when the whole migrant thing was in full swing over there. She was saying like, oh, we have to accept, these people. It's it's the humane thing to do, and how, we have so much, so why can't we just share? I was like, all right, bitch, open up your like 5
Hey,
mansions.
I
You have
still
one house that can hold like 30 people.
I would say like I still wouldn't agree with her, but if she actually did that, I would say, hey, you know what? At least you are practicing what you
Right.
preach.
As long you're walking the walk at least. Yeah, I would again like kind of like with the occasional cortex situation. I would at least
Right.
say like, all right, at least you're being consistent.
Yeah.
And
But
living to meeting like your own standards, as it were. But she hasn't done any of it.
and she won't either because she actually doesn't give a shit about she doesn't give a shit about those people, and she knows the truth about like what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, like yeah, because like the crime rate, like all the cities and little towns that migrants have come into, like the crime has spiked.
Yeah.
And that's not racist. That's just fact.
And that's just of the reported crimes
Right, and
too.
that's just of the reported guy, and that's not even the crime that's being covered up by the government. So I mean, yeah.
Have we just gone? Has the world just gone like crazy? It's I can't. The way I literally, it pains me to watch the news now because it's not even like actual reporting anymore. Like yeah, there before it was like yeah there was some bias, and you could tell like there was bias or stuff like that, or but at least there was some, what I felt like was some reporting. Now it's opinion articles that are
yeah, it's just all opinion, and it's all feelings.
Yeah, but the media the media is Zoolander. I mean they're doing all the same move,
yeah,
calling it different shit.
No, exactly. But it goes back to it kind of boils down to like this, the only acceptable form of racism nowadays is racism against white people
Or Jews.
or Jews. Yeah, okay, but then still like
Well, conservative Jews at least.
conservative Jews at least, because the non practicing Jews, they're uh,
They tend to be very left.
yeah, they're one of the, it's like yeah, they're one of them, but yeah, I mean, the only acceptable form nowadays of racism is racism against white people. And I mean that, and it's by design, to be honest. It's by design because, uh, what is it? White males are statistically more likely to vote, for smaller government, and the second highest demographic is white females.
Yep.
So yeah, so to the big government, left, they're a threat. So they have to be vilified. They have to be taken down. They have to be unpersoned. They have to be they have to be the new Hitler, the new KKK. So this anti-white uh, rhetoric is really by design.
Well, was it even you know in last week with all the Covington stuff going on, you had the God, I forget what her name was, but she said one of the most asinine things ever with like, oh, those MAGA hats, they're the,
Oh yeah,
it's so
that
triggering.
Angelica
Like
Rye.
they are the new KKK hoods, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like
Yeah,
really?
that Angela Rye chick. Man, it's like, girl, you
Yeah.
got problems. You need therapy. It's like I am triggered all the time now, and it's like I can't go outside my house because I see the red MAGA hats, and it's just like the KKK hoods, and it's like, bitch, get some help. All right, if I was there, I'd slap her across the face and like, get a hold of yourself.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot, there's so many bigger things that in this world, that is like that you have to deal with. And it's like a stupid hat shouldn't be one of them.